Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I am going to go through all of my purchases from April. So I started this series at the start of the year where I have once a month made a video where I talk about everything beauty related that I purchased for the month. As I say in all these videos, I am doing a low buy, a lower than normal buy. Some months I do really well, some months not as much. So for April, I did do quite a large purchase in the Sephora sale that they had. Having said that, you know, it was a small purchase for me. It's a, you know, there's a lot of products, but typically I would spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars in that sale, and I set myself a $200 budget and I did stay within that budget. So I'm going to talk about the things I purchased there, and then I have what came in my April BOXYCHARM base box. There's 5 products there. And then I think I purchased maybe 4 or 5 other products in the month as well. So I do love these videos. There's a lady that I watch, Haley O, here on YouTube. If you don't watch her, she's amazing. She's from Australia, and she does a video series where she monitors her monthly beauty purchases, and I love that. I love to see that, and I know she is on a low buy as well. She's just trying to bring fewer products in, and that's what I'm trying to do too, right? Like if there's something I really want, I'm gonna buy it. Like, let's be honest. But I am trying to purchase less. Like last year, I had a ton of products come into my collection, and truthfully, I just felt pretty overwhelmed, right? So trying to bring less things in, trying to appreciate the things I have a little bit more. So let's get into the things I purchased in the Sephora sale. So I purchased 5 of the Sephora brand single shadows. These are just the empty cases because I popped them all out of here and I put them in a Z palette. Now, I don't have any of them to show you because I don't know if you can see how empty my beauty space looks behind me and my house. We are listing our house. We may be moving. We live in a big house. It's a big house, and it's too big a house for 2 people. It was great when it was, you know, full of the boys and the boys' friends and all that. But now it's just pretty much a lot of space we never use. And so we're listing. We've talked about downsizing for a couple years at this point. And so we may be moving. We are for sure going to list, and we'll see what kind of offers we get. If we get what we have in mind, we will sell and move, and I will keep you guys updated. But this room's going to look pretty empty, and they're coming to do photos of the house here right away and one of those, you know, virtual tours. So all that to say, I have packed away everything that was there, and I've packed away a lot of my makeup that's kind of sat outside the drawers. I kept out my stash stuff, and then I still have all my drawers to access, but all the stuff that sat kind of out, I've packed it away, and these I packed away, and so I don't have them to show you, but I do have my Sephora haul video where I talked about those products. Anyways, I'm loving these. I'm sad I packed them away, but I just had to pack away kind of half the house, right? So they had to go, but I'm loving them. It was a great purchase. Long story short, I don't have them out, but I am loving them. Okay, other things I picked up in the sale. I picked up a Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is the mini. I've already used a ton of it. I absolutely love this primer. I picked up from Tower 28. There was this little set, so I knew I wanted another one of their cream blushes. This is in the shade Magic Hour. I had one last year. I used it completely up, and I'm so happy to have this back in my collection. I talk about it all the time, but it's probably my favorite cream blush of all time. So they had this little set. If they still have it, I'll link it down below because it's a pretty good value, and it came with one of their jelly glosses. This is the gloss I have on right now. I love this formula. This is in the shade Pistachio, but it stinks. I just don't like how these smell, and I've had one before, and it went bad incredibly quickly to the point where it was so stinky I couldn't use it. So I am loving this, and I'm wearing it almost every day. However, I am concerned at how quickly this is gonna go. So loving it, and you know, this was a great little set, but I have concerns. I picked up one of these Sephora. This is the Hydrating and Plumping Gloss. I love this. I have it on today as well. And this was in Inferno. I love this. It's very minty, it's tingly, and it definitely makes my lips feel hydrated. And this combo, I'm loving. I'm wearing it almost every day, truthfully. I picked up in the sale an Olaplex number 3. I've talked about this product a ton. I try to use this once a week. It's a bond repair and I love it. I picked up a Moroccanoil Glimmer Shine. This also is a constant repurchase. I go through about 2 of these a year, so I tend to pick them up in the sale. It's what I use to add some, like any of this shine you see in my hair is the Glimmer Shine. It's a fine oil mist spray. Love it. So the other 2 products that I picked up in the sale, I'm unsure of both of these. So the first one is this LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer, and I have it in LG3. I just go back and forth with this concealer. Some days I put it on and I feel like it looks really nice, and then some days I put it on and it's almost like it separates under my eyes. Now my skincare routine is always the same. So I feel like it's not, I don't know what it is. I feel like it can't be my skincare because I do the same thing every day. So why some days it looks good and some days it doesn't, I don't know. I'm not loving this as much as I thought I would. It's a very thin formula, which is fine, but I feel like perhaps that's what I don't love about it. Like, it does offer a nice amount of coverage. And again, I'm just really on the fence. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Some days I put it on and I think, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. And then some days I put it on and I don't think it looks great. So I feel like it might be that it's just a thinner formula than I prefer. So it's funny because I don't want something heavy, but I do want it a little bit thicker, I think, than this. So if you guys have this, let me know what you think. If you've purchased this and you are loving it or not loving it, I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments down below, because again, I just really go back and forth. Again, some days I put it on and I think, oh, that's amazing. And then some days not so much. So there, I smoothed that out so you could kind of see it there. Yeah, I just really go back and forth. So I'll keep trying it, but I'm not sure I love it. And then this glow screen from Supergoop. Let me also show you this. So put a little bit here so you can see it. I'm not using this as a sunscreen. This is the mini. And I had lots of people tell me that it was very metallic, and it is. It's almost like a liquid highlight. It's almost that much metallicness to it. It very much reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. It's not quite as much as that, but it's definitely a glowy base. And so I don't use this as an all over sunscreen because it's just too much. And the first couple times I used it, I thought, oh, that's beautiful. But then in the day, as my foundation starts to wear away a little bit, I'm very metallic-y. And you know, I don't mind a glowy sunscreen, but this is maybe just a little bit too much. It's too much for me to use as an all-over sunscreen. What I use this for is more of a primer, a glowy primer. So I go in first with my sunscreen to get the coverage I want, and then I go in with just a little bit of this, just to add that little bit of glow to my skin. So very similar to how I sometimes use that Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, right? Adds a little bit of glow, but I need to be careful. So just know that with this product, it can look a little metallic-y on the skin, and I have to be careful and just go in with a little bit. Okay, so that's everything I picked up from Sephora. I did also pick up this concealer from NYX, and it's the concealer I have on today. I'm loving this. This is the Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I think I have this in the lightest shade. Let me put this maybe on my other hand so you can see it. Now this is thick. It's the pump, and it's a very, very thick formula. But I feel like it doesn't look heavy. So I prefer this to the LYS. Like I would sooner this than the LYS one. It's the one I'm reaching for the most. It sits really pretty. I feel like it sits really nice. Now I didn't set it with anything. I just put that on and go. So it's definitely a thicker formula. and it offers a nice amount of coverage, but it doesn't look heavy and it doesn't make my under eyes look older, right? It's always what I'm after. So that's it blended in there. It's definitely perfecting, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I did also pick up a Heimish All Clean Balm. This is the cleansing balm that I use every evening. I go through about one of those a month. And I also picked up a Cosrx Snail Mucin. I use this with my NuFace device, and I had mentioned in my empties video, if you would like to see a whole review and demo of that NuFace device, let me know, because I've had mine a long time, many years. And like I said in my other video, I have lots of thoughts on the NuFace device. So this is the conducting gel I use. I love this as a hydrating serum, but how I use this is as a conductor for the NuFace. So I picked up one of those, and then kind of random, I was out of a facial mist. And I do like to use a facial mist. So I was at Winners with my mom, and I picked up this one from Giovanni, and it's the Hydrating Facial Prime and Setting Mist with green tea and fresh rose water. I love this. You can see I've used it down to about there. It smells very lightly of rose. Like it's a super subtle scent. It feels really nice on my face. I use a facial mist in the evening. So I double cleanse. I go in with the Heimish, then I go in with some sort of cream cleanser, usually the CeraVe hydrating cream cleanser. And then I mist with this, and then I go in with all my serums. And I'm absolutely loving this. So I would definitely grab another one. This was, I think, $8, yeah. I would grab another one of these if I came across it. So very happy with that. And then also when I was shopping with my mom, we went into Walmart. She needed to grab something, and I saw from Wet n Wild, they had the Care Bear collection out, and this is the lip scrub. It's so cute. Like the packaging is so cute. The lip scrub, not so much. I could have done without this product. It's not a great lip scrub. It's getting better as I kind of wear through the kind of outer coating. And it's a little more gritty than it was initially, but I definitely could have done without this product. Okay, and then the last things I'm gonna talk about are the products that came in my BOXYCHARM base box for April, because I do purchase that box. So the item that I chose was this Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This is the Luminous Foundation. I've only worn this a couple of times. Both times I wore it, maybe 2 or 3 times. It seemed fine, but I need more time with it to get my thoughts on it. But I am glad to have it and to try it. And I remember when this foundation came out, actually, I want to say a couple years ago. So yeah, I don't have my thoughts on it yet, but it does, the few times I've worn it, it seems very nice. I got a Sela, I'm not sure how you say that. This is a cleanser. It's a glacier clay cleanser. I've only used it once just to use it. And again, it seemed fine, but again, I've only used it once. So I have lots of cleansers I need to get through. So I'll put this one, you know, kind of at the back of all the products, all the cleansers I have, and use it last. I try to use them in the order that they come. I got this Hyaluronic Acid Serum from Studio Makeup. I haven't used it yet. I did take it out of the box just to sort of condense how much, you know, space I needed to store it. It seems fine. It seems like a liquidy hyaluronic acid serum. They're always kind of goopy a little bit. It's got the glass pipette, which is nice. The packaging is very nice, but I do have 3 or 4 hyaluronic acids I need to get through before I use that one. It came with an Item Beauty mascara, which I didn't like at all, so I only used it once. I knew right away it was no good for me. I passed that on to my mom. And then it came with this liquid shadow. I don't know who this brand is. I'm not familiar with them. I haven't used this yet, actually, but I should use it. It's, you know, I don't love a pink shadow look, it does seem very pretty, so I do need to try to use it. I just haven't yet, but you know, again, it does seem pretty nice. It's blended out a little bit. Yeah, it's very pretty, but again, I don't wear a ton of pink looks. So there you go. There's everything I purchased for the month of April. you know, I did not bad. I did not bad because there was a Sephora sale and I definitely could have bought more. There's always a ton of stuff I want from Sephora. So yeah, I've definitely purchased way less this year. Way less than I did last year. And of course now we're, as I mentioned earlier, we're thinking of possibly moving. So I have gone through this whole house, I've cleaned stuff out, and then we had the realtor over, you know, they went through the whole house and just said, yeah, this needs to be put away, this needs to be put away for the photos and the showings. And you don't realize how much stuff you have until you start going through your stuff, and it's like, oh my goodness, to pack all of this up is gonna be it's gonna be a huge job. So there you go, you guys. I hope you're enjoying this series. I will link the playlist down below in case you wanted to watch, you know, everything I've purchased this year. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.